In this video, we're going to be going over the thinking that you need to have that guarantees success. So first thing we'll be going over is the confidence thing. We're going to go over wisdom, the key to wisdom first, so y'all can always know where you're going in life and always, feel confident about where you're going, so you won't feel lost. You won't let things like frustration, depression, and anxiety stop you from going where you want to go because of this mindset. And the next thing is we're gonna go over the confidence over, actually seeing everything through and realizing what you have to do, become more and more confident every day. The highest level of confidence that you think there is, there's always another level. And the guaranteed next thing will be y'all own self-reevaluation that guarantees that y'all go where y'all wanted to go and get what you want to get out of life. All right. So I wrote some shit down for y'all motherfuckers. Let's get right into it. The key to wisdom. Most guys say be humble, right? I say that's the key to wisdom, being humble. I say that's wrong, you know what I'm saying? Because you can listen to someone who thinks a certain way, take their advice, waste weeks or months to see, if they're right or they're wrong, yet they haven't even done what you've done themselves. But if you listen to someone who's doing what you want, getting the results that you want, or have gotten the results, you have a winner. Selective humility is what I call it. You have to have selective humility, because someone who's actually got the results you want, they can tell you what you need to do to give you the correction that you need to get the results that you need. Some people, they just talk the talk. I promise you, if you listen to somebody that gives you correction and they constantly give you answers to your problems, solutions to your problems, while producing the results for themselves, you will always make progress. And you will always constantly have a reason, to have humility towards those people. See, everybody doesn't deserve your humility. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to keep that in mind. So overcome struggle. A lot of things blind us. Some things are like sometimes it's our emotions, sometimes it's our thoughts, anxiety, fear. It always more to that than it appears. Explore the complexity and make the solution simple. So a lot of times, guys, what I mean by that is, a lot of times, guys, there are times where you might feel anxiety, you might feel doubt, you might have doubt in your mind. But if you do what I told you to do previously and actually listen to certain people, only thing you have to do at that moment is to focus on what needs to be done. But sometimes when you're focusing, you have anxiety. Sometimes when you're focusing, you have fear. That's why I say you have to make the instructions very simple, because you want to be able to focus on those simple instructions instead of you letting your anxiety completely take you over. For example, let's say you are, for a fella, we talk about the fellas, you're a guy, or you might be anybody. Let's say you approach somebody with a business opportunity, right? And they tell you, okay, man, I don't know, man, I'm gonna get with you later. And months pass by and they never even text you. That might discourage you because he was such a big business person. He might have had a big, huge name, might have a huge business. The fact that he even told you that he would think about giving you a time is very powerful to hear from that person's lips in your eyes. So, but when he doesn't call you back, it might discourage you. It might make you feel less of yourself. You see, and the next time you talk to somebody, you might stumble on your words and you might not know what to say because of that previous rejection that you just experienced. What I would tell you is this: you want to still give yourself instructions for you to follow and for you to execute, to at least give them the opportunity, and give yourself the opportunity to get the results that you want. What would that look like? Well, you want to say, excuse me. You want to say, hey, man, I'm just here to present you an opportunity. For me personally, I'm helping guys gain confidence, get over social anxiety, and also communicate themselves in an efficient and effective way. Some people, they're going to say, hey, man, I don't need that, man. Some people are going to say, hey, man, I can stop you right there. But the people that are listening, I'm going to say, my name is such and such, and what's your name? You know what I'm saying? Or I might, go to the next stage of getting down the information or asking them no question, depending on how much time I got, depending on how much time they got. Or giving them a business card. The whole point is you want to have an instruction to have in place so you can actually execute that. Simple. A simple instruction, so when you're in the moment, you have something else to focus on outside of your anxiety, outside of how you feel. And it can go into everything you do. It doesn't have to just be, that situation, but you want to give yourself instructions so you can focus on, I can get myself from point A to point B to point C to point D. Give yourself very simple instructions to focus on. You can execute that and get things done, man. You can let your mind work for you instead of you, letting your emotions control you. The next thing is your self-concept. This is complete confidence. Focus on yourself. Make everything about you. Believe in yourself no matter what. Whether you fail or win, you will never lose as long as you focus on you. Trust yourself through tough times. Trust yourself through the best of times. Therefore, you will always be growing as a person because you are always keeping your eyes on you. When you're not looking away from yourself, and it's easy for you to make progress, it's easy for you to make improvements. For example, like I just gave y'all the instructions, right? A lot of people, they're so focused on the image and the thought of being rejected and the thought of being ashamed and the thought of feeling less of themselves that their actions are 100% based on what other people might think about them, what other people might feel about them, what other people might say, because it's no longer about them, it's about the other people around them. But when you make your situation or whatever you got going on about you, you're guaranteed to always get it done because you're no longer focused on everybody else around you. You're focused on yourself. Now, a lot of y'all not gonna be able to do that. So y'all have to actually practice doing that. For example, whenever you feel anxiety, whenever you feel fear, you just simply give yourself an object for your mind to focus on in these situations. While you're focusing on these objects, what you want to do is just keep your mind on the object. Just keep your mind on the object. What you're getting used to doing is focusing on something that you have created in your mind. Whatever that object is. I don't give a fuck if it's a candle. I don't give a fuck if it's a rock. I don't give a fuck if it's a planet. Whatever the object is, focus on that object in your mind. Create whatever you want. That thing that you created is going to condition you whenever you're in a tough situation, you're in a situation where you feel anxiety, you're going to begin to focus on what's going on in your mind instead of focusing on what's going on around you. By you doing that, all you have to do is continuously create new things to start focusing on yourself, because you're going to start realizing that the thoughts that come to you and the emotions that come to you, the beliefs that come to you, you're going to start seeing them, and you're going to start understanding why they have influenced the actions that you've influenced, because you've conditioned yourself to at least experience what's going on in your subconscious and conscious mind that have influenced you the most. It's changing your instincts. You give yourself the ability to change your own instincts by simply having a conversation with yourself, by understanding the belief and understanding the thoughts, understanding the fears, and start having a subconsciously changing those thoughts by having a conversation with yourself, or go learning new knowledge that give you new ways of thinking. You know what I'm saying? You're just gonna start slowly but surely conditioning yourself to not only pay attention to yourself, but also change the thoughts that have influenced you in the past. You're basically gonna reprogram yourself by just focusing on yourself. You see, a lot of people in life, they're so used to focusing on things outside of themselves that they let those thoughts give them anxiety, let those thoughts give them fear, which influence their actions to be committed from the source of fear and the source of anxiety. So you get a lot of people, they run away, they hide, They don't confront. They don't look at life in the face and say, "Hey man, here I am." You know what I'm saying? They don't do that. They just freeze. You know, not literally, but like it's like mentally they stop moving, and that's because that fear and that anxiety is how it becomes a way of thinking for them. But what I'm telling y'all is, man, y'all can change the way you think by just simply looking at yourself. You know, and a lot of people in the world, they'll want you to believe that their way is the right way, but like I told y'all, man, some people, they don't have the results that you want. Like and it becomes very simple for you to ignore them because they don't have the results you want. You know, just be honest with yourself and look at these guys, look at these people around you, bro. I'm talking about religious groups. I'm talking, you know, spiritual groups, gurus. Just look at their concepts and look at how they move for yourself, and you'll see, like, does this person really have what I want? Practice what they say. Just practice what they say and see, does this get the results that I want? You know what I'm saying? Has this advice given them the results that they want? You become very keyed on the people who are real and the people that are not. It becomes easy. So that's all I got for y'all, man. Leave a like down below, subscribe for more content like this, man. I'm gonna see y'all when I see y'all, man. Peace.